did I take out my nose piercing. But I just wasn't 100% sold. So, scarring. Everybody is scared of scarring. Hi guys, today I'm going to be telling you about my experience with getting a nose piercing, why I got it, why I took it out, and the regrets of getting it. Let's talk about the pain. Everybody, I'm sure, is worried about the pain and getting your nose pierced, a nose, which is like a very sensitive part of your body, getting stabbed with a needle, sliced through, and having a piece of metal injected into it. Let's talk about that. When they put the nose ring in and pierced my nose, they had these like plier things that they put like on your nose, like one goes inside, one half goes inside, one half goes out, and you like clamp it together, and then they shoved the needle through. I thought the most painful part of getting my nose pierced was the clamp. The clamp that went on your nose, it like, they pinch it like really, really hard to try to like hold your nose steady so that they can get like, because I went to a professional piercer who had an actual needle, not a gun. So they use the clamps on your nose and then they shove a needle through. And the most painful part for me was the clamps. Like they were actually like really painful because they were like pinching so hard. And like it kind of took away the pain of the needle, honestly. The pain on a level of like 1 to 10, probably like a 6. It wasn't that bad. It's about as bad as like getting your ears pierced. It did make my eyes water a lot. Be prepared, because when you get your nose pierced, it like, there's something about like the stuff in your nose, the nerves or something that has to do with your eyes, and it'll make your eyes water like crazy. So it looks like I'm crying, but I really wasn't. It was just like, just what happened. So yeah, the pain wasn't that bad. It was pretty simple and easy. The lady was amazing. She was really good and nice. And make sure you go to somewhere where you know that people are professional and it's clean, so you don't get any infections. My nose did not get infected. It was like really clean. They gave us like products and stuff for like aftercare. And that's another thing I want to talk about, aftercare. So I got my nose pierced, and basically what they wanted me to do was clean it 3 times a day, once in the morning, once during the day, and once at night. I usually did it twice a day, maybe 3 times, like if I had time, but it was mainly twice a day where I just like, I cleaned it out, used the little soap stuff that they gave me, and I sprayed the little like relieving stuff so that my nose wasn't in a lot of pain and irritated. So like I did that twice a day, and it wasn't that hard. Basically what you would do with getting your ears pierced, you know? But the other thing that they wanted me to do was to soak my nose ring area in like salt water. But I tried doing that once and my nose didn't really fit in the cup, so I didn't do it the rest of the time. Didn't have a problem with like irritation in my nose. That's just me personally. Everybody else is different, so you might want to do that. I don't know. It didn't work for me, and it didn't really matter for me, so I never did it. Yeah, aftercare was not that bad. It was pretty simple, straightforward, not a big deal, pain in the butt, basically like any other piercing that you would get. Another thing that I feel like most people would be worried about is getting boogers stuck in your nose piercing. This may be TMI, but like, you gotta know, guys, you gotta know. I'm somebody who doesn't get sick very often, so I don't really worry about that too much. But when I was sick with it, it wasn't that bad, honestly. It was mainly like you'd have a little bit, and I would just take a Q-tip and like kind of like wipe it off. It wasn't like a big issue. It did kind of feel weird when I would blow my nose at first and like try to like, you know, like just having something there on your nose as you like are like kind of like pushing or whatever. So that, like, you'll get used to that and it's not a big deal, but like it does kind of get stuck a little bit. Nothing like terrible though, so I don't know, weigh your pros and cons. Another question that I had before I got it, or even after I got it, was swimming with it and how soon you could swim with a nose piercing in. Because like, you know, it was like, I got it pierced like right before summer, and like I want to go swimming, you know, enjoy the summer weather and like enjoy summer. My sister-in-law actually has a nose piercing, and I asked her about it, and she said that she went swimming like literally like 2 weeks after getting it pierced or something like that. Maybe it was even a week. And like you just need to make sure that you like clean it very well and make sure that everything is cleaned and not like just leave it after swimming, but make sure everything is clean so you don't get infected. And like I went swimming with it in and it wasn't a problem for me. It didn't hurt. Even in like chlorine water, like I have a chlorine pool. It really didn't bother it at all. And it was really just okay, you know? Like it's not a big issue. So the next thing that we're gonna be talking about is why did I take out my nose piercing? And how long did I have it for? So I got it at the beginning of summer, just about the beginning of summer. And I had it for about like 2 months. And you wouldn't believe the drama that went with it, guys. People in my circle aren't really used to people having nose rings. Everybody was just like overreacting to me getting a nose piercing and like freaking out. I'm like, guys, it's cool. Like literally chill. There was a ton of drama, I'm telling you. That can be like another story if you guys want to hear the whole everything. Comment down below if you want to hear that, but we're gonna like make a different video about that. So why I took it out, I had a few reasons. One, like scarring. I did not want scarring. Two, I was trying to think of like the long term, like what would happen with me if I left it in long enough. The hole isn't going to go away. Like that was my fear. And I hear that it will go away eventually, like, but I didn't want to deal with like an open hole if I chose to like take it out. 3, I wasn't completely sold with how it looked on me. Like it looks really cute on other people, but like just the non-symmetrical aspect to it of my face, it just didn't sit right with me. And I also didn't want to be an old grandma with a nose ring in my nose and like have that forever. Yeah, if you want to be a grandma with a nose ring in your nose, then go for it. Like, but for me, I personally did not want to have a nose ring in my nose as a grandma. So that was one of the things. So scarring. Everybody is scared of scarring. And for me, I was scared of scarring, and like that's why I tried to take it out sooner rather than later and like make the decision sooner to when I got it actually pierced instead of later down the road where it could actually like develop to like really serious scarring and like or just having an open hole in my nose. And I didn't want that. So I decided to take it out, and literally it closed really fast, honestly. It closed in a matter of like a day. I took it out and it was like closed up already. You could see like where it was and like where it had been, but like it was like already closing up and like healing. So I took it out and basically I just left it, and it closed up in a matter of a few days, like where you couldn't like really tell where it was. And like there was a little something, maybe it was like a couple weeks, maybe it was like a week, and that was only me having it for 2 months. 2 months, guys. And it took like a week or something to like totally be like gone or something like that. And like if you can just always use makeup if you have scarring, but like for me, I don't have any scarring. Like you could not tell where it was. And I'm thankful for that because yeah, that was one of my fears with getting a nose piercing, is that it would just leave a scar, and like, you know, most people worry about that. But for me, like leaving it in for however long I had and taking it out sooner rather than later, it didn't leave any scarring. So yeah, and like with the other things that I said, I just wasn't 100% sold on how it looked on me personally. And I'm really happy with my decision. I'm glad that I took it out and like have this back. Literally when I took it out though, nobody noticed. So it really wasn't that big of a difference. And like literally none of my close family or friends really noticed except for my sister-in-law and my mom. Everybody else really hasn't noticed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.